life's ups and downs. Turn your pretty face into an ugly frown. Seems that when I fix one thing.
Camera, or look at you.
Hello, welcome to The Awakening. My topic for discussion today is Every Girl Can. And it's going to be 30 minutes of something I want you to watch. I'd like for you to listen because it's a topic that we all need to know as moms. And even if you're not a mom, one day you may be a mom. So I'd like to introduce my guest today. Her name is Jasmine Anderson Smith. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank you for waiting around for me because I know I ran late today.
That's all right.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'd like to say that I'm a mother.
I'm very pretty.
Thank you so much. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay. And I'm the owner of my own company, KYMS Image International.
Okay.
And I am...
Now, what is
KYMS, Image International.
Yes.
And those letters are the letters of the names of my children.
Are they really?
Yes. So that gives it that personal connection for me. And my business is based right here in Bowie. And I'm an image consultant, a trainer, educator, and an author.
I'm an author too.
Wonderful.
So when you're a trainer, what do you train women how to be etiquette, how to walk?
I train women and men.
Really?
Boys and girls.
Okay.
And also business owners on how to have the best and most positive expression of themselves. And
personality-wise?
Yes, personality. It might be etiquette.
Dress.
It might be dress. You know, it might be posture, poise, and presence.
Right.
But how to give them that most positive first impression so that they can have that strong
First
sense of self.
impression lasts forever.
Absolutely. And you only get to make that
once.
Just once, exactly.
So you've been doing this for how long?
Actually, since 2006, I transferred from the government service into entrepreneurship after reaching a point in my career where I decided I wanted to do something more with my life. And so I started my own business after becoming trained and certified as an image consultant.
You know, there are times in women's lives when we do want to do something different, isn't it?
Absolutely. You just get that feel. There's just something.
It's a feel to move on.
Absolutely.
It's a time to do something different.
Yes.
I think with a lot of women that I've talked with, they are in the same, I guess the same predicament, the same life as like this, but they're in a rut.
Yes.
They're going down and down and down, but they're not sure. So they should call you.
I can certainly share my experience with them, and it has been a positive one.
Okay, so what is Every Girl Can? What is that? What is it?
Every Girl Can is an after-school enrichment program for adolescent teen girls to help them find their voice, gain strength and self-confidence to deal with some of the challenges that they face on the path to becoming adult women. And there are many.
Give me a few.
Girls, well, I'd like to say that the program is geared particularly towards middle school girls because we find that, yes, but even younger than that because we find that girls starting as young as age 9 and sometimes even age 8 begin to have this obsession with their bodies. They're started to be influenced by the media and they're all of a sudden so more concerned about looking good than doing good, you know, and everything is, you know, the hair and the face and the makeup, the clothes, the nails, because they are being influenced so much by what they see on television and what they see around them in the world. So the program sort of helps them to find themselves, give them, you know, a sense of identity and to help them know their inner strength and who they are and to find their voice.
So what would you do if I was one of those girls, say I was 14, okay, insecure, I'm sure some of them insecure come to you, and maybe I'm overweight or maybe I think I'm too skinny, but with some of the girls I've worked with, they say you can never be too skinny.
Oh dear.
Anorexic, that's what worries me about
yes.
a lot of them.
Yes, there's certainly a trend.
They're very thin right now.
Thin. Some are too thin, and we have the other end of the extreme as well, some that are overweight. It's very important to start with girls and helping them to understand who they are. When I begin my program, often that's one of the very first questions I ask them. Who are you? Helping them to get a sense of their own identity. And I have an exercise that I go through with the girls where I ask them to list 100 things about themselves. You know, it's sort of getting in touch with who you are. You are not the girl who you may see on television who is shaking her hair or walking down the runway.
Full hair.
That may not be you. You know?
And it may not be that girl's hair either.
It may not be her hair, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. And the other thing is that you have so much more to offer. So find out who you are. So we start right there. So that would be one of the things that I would do with girls when I get started with them.
See, I was one of those girls, and I would say, well, what do I have to offer?
You have so much to offer. We're living in a time when there are so many opportunities. There's so many things to do. There's so many things to engage in. Girls are now have so many things that they can share. Girls can be leaders. You know, they can have a voice. You know, they can be in any profession. There's so much that girls can do. There's so much that they have to offer, and it's just getting connected with that.
But growing up in a family where, say, there's domestic abuse, there's alcoholism, what do you do with a little girl like that?
A little girl like that, I'm sure, has had her self-esteem shattered. And it would take a rebuilding process to help her find her way on that road and regain her self-confidence and regain her self-esteem. And that takes time and a lot of support.
And a lot of times those girls don't find that, though.
And this is true. You know? Or they find it in the wrong place, and it makes them worse.
They find it with boys.
Exactly.
And that's the thing I try to talk to mine about. Don't go with a boy because you've got so much inside.
Exactly, and so often the end result of that might be teen pregnancy or violent behaviors. You know, we find these negative self-behaviors manifesting themselves.
You know, today there's so much violence for children to get into. Because if a girl, well, let's say 14, and she gets in with a boy, and by the time she's 16, they have 3 babies. She doesn't even know what life is.
Exactly. And today they're finding, too, that the girls are demonstrating these negative behaviors just as much as the boys are, sometimes even worse.
Right. You mean fighting?
Fighting, and it may also be...
knives?
Yes, but it may also be in another form, like cyberbullying, you know, or, you know, the sexting. It may be in other ways that they're creating harm, you know, for themselves or others.
There's a lot of HIV going around with young girls. I don't think people realize that.
Unprotected sex.
Unprotected sex, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I've worked with girls who say, all I have is my body, and that's the only thing I can give. And I just look at them and I want to cry because there's so much more they have.
There's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more. We're living in a wonderful time now when they can get connected with so many positive activities that allow them to showcase their talents and express all the skills and strengths that they have.
And it only takes one thing to do it, to break the ice.
That's
right. It takes just one thing.
That's right.
I don't remember the name of the girl who played in that movie with Monique. Was it Princess or
Precious?
Precious. Did you? I haven't seen. Did you watch that movie?
I have not seen it yet.
I want to rent it or buy it or something, but everyone says it's powerful the way she grew up.
Yes, I've heard the same.
I believe you grew up in a very good family, did you not?
I did. Very supportive.
Very supportive,
very strong women who were great role models for me and helped shape my life. And
how was your father?
Very, very present in my life and also very positive and supportive.
Right. There wasn't any abuse with your mom?
Oh, no, not at all.
Because I could pick it up if you had.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You seem very acclimated in your own skin.
Thank you.
And you're smart because I can see it in your face.
Thank you.
And also, what you're doing, I believe, is good. I believe it's very good because I've been doing something different a long time too. But we need more people to join us.
Absolutely.
It takes an army to raise a child. Instead of a village, I say a whole army.
An army. Oh, I love that.
A whole army, not just a village. No, there's not enough in a village. We need an army.
An army. I love that.
But if you can just touch one thing on a child who is hurting, whose maybe mom just got drunk the night before and dad beat her up, because I grew up like that. I know what it's about. And it's very hard to find your own self-esteem.
I'm sure. I know it is from my experience working with the girls.
Yeah.
And I do believe what you said, just touch one thing. You know, if you can change just one thing.
Just one thing to do that. How long have you been in this? You said how many years now?
I started this program in 2006.
2006?
2006.
You have a nonprofit.
I'm on my way to finalizing my nonprofit.
Your 501c3.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
You've got to have that. You've got to have that.
Absolutely.
Okay, what would you, let's see, here, what are some issues teen girls are facing right now?
Well, we've talked about some of them. The violence, right?
The violence,
early teen pregnancy, you know, exactly, and the self-obsession, you know, with their bodies.